Today's Russian papers reflect today's economic problems in Russia. Beginning with inflation. Front page of Nezavisima Gazeta, some products have gone up in price this year by tens of percent. In October, butter was 6.6% more expensive than in September and 30% more expensive than a year ago. The price of potatoes in October was 65% higher than last year. In sociological surveys, half of people surveyed complain about a noticeable rise in the price of dairy products. A sociologist adds, while failing to achieve its goal of lowering inflation, the Russian central bank is at the same time undermining people's financial standing, making housing and consumer goods less affordable. All of this has a negative effect on Russians' social well-being. Moskovsky Komsomolets reports that a festive favourite here, tangerines, are becoming more expensive. A year ago, they cost on average between 60 and 90 rubles a kilo. Today, it's between 100 and 150 rubles. By January, the price of the fruit, a New Year favourite, may jump 50%. Meanwhile, Russians are having to get used to the US dollar being worth more than 100 rubles. What are the consequences of a weakening ruble for Russian consumers? Some analysts claim that citizens won't feel much difference. Other analysts predict negative consequences. For example, Western goods becoming more expensive, especially before the New Year holiday. The weaker the ruble, the stronger the dollar, the higher the inflationary expectations and the higher the rise in prices. Kommersant reports that Russian airlines have suspended flights on 34 Airbus A320, A321neo aircraft. That's half of all the planes of that type in Russia. These aircraft have advanced engines, but with problems. They can't be repaired in Russia because of the difficulty in doing so. They can't be brought into the country because of sanctions and a market shortage. Finally, Izvestia reports that Chinese banks have tightened checks on payments from the United Arab Emirates, India and Hong Kong, according to representatives of Russian business. This is because of the fear of secondary sanctions. Problems with payments began at the end of December 2023, after the EU's 12th package of anti-Russian sanctions. Due to the risk of secondary sanctions, China, Turkey and the UAE began restricting settlements with Russia.